This is my fully built 2003 Mitsubishi Evo 8, and today, finally gonna fix it. You see, a few months ago, I set out with the goal to make this car as fast as I possibly could with the current turbo that's on there so that I could eventually build my Toyota Supra to try and make it faster than this car. And I almost succeeded. I did a ton of work to this car to make it as fast as I possibly could so that I could take it to a dyno and see just how much power it could make. And then we ran into some problems. And because of those issues, we never got the car fully finished. So we never ended up making as much power as we possibly could. So we brought the car home to fix some of the problems. One of the big ones that we tackled was an intermittent ignition issue, so I swapped out to all brand new coils. But there are a few things left that we still need to address. We had some overheating issues on the dyno, so I have a brand new thermostat that I need to throw in the car. We also have a small coolant leak where I rerouted the coolant hoses that used to go to the throttle body. And one of our biggest issues is when I was taking this car off the trailer after I got it home, the fuel filter underneath the car caught the edge of the trailer, and now there's a fuel leak. So there's a couple things that we need to fix so that we can get back on track, finish the tuning on this car, so that we can have some fun seeing which one's faster between it and the Supra this spring. But before we dive into doing some work on the Evo, one thing, Harbor Freight had a parking lot sale this weekend, which means new toy. I trust it. All right, now that we got a new jack, let's get some work done on this Evo. Okay, so we got that thermostat swapped out. What that's gonna do is once the engine coolant hits a certain temperature, that thermostat opens and it lets the coolant go from the engine through the radiator and then back into the engine. So it cools off the coolant. This one opens up at 205 degrees, I believe. The new one that I have opens up at 170, so it should help keep the temperatures a little bit cooler. I also replaced some of the coolant hoses on the back side of the engine where there was a loop. The coolant lines that used to run to the factory throttle body that don't do that anymore. Had a slight leak there. That should be fixed now. The next thing we need to do is we're taking this boost controller and we're gonna swap it out for a Haltech. So one of the other issues that we had while we were on the dyno is we were struggling to control boost. Very small changes that we were making in the boost control in the ECU were leading to kind of erratic boost levels. And most of these are pretty much the same. These little 3-port MAC valves, boost control solenoids. But what companies will do is they'll go in there and replace some of the internal components, and they use a specific frequency in order to try and control the boost. And the Haltech ECU is set at 33. I don't know what the Grim speed frequency is. If somebody does, let me know. But when we set it for the 33 hertz that most of them are, we were having some issues with the boost control. And I know this thing is set up to run off of like stock ECU control. So now that we've swapped over to the standalone, I'm just going to see if we can control the boost a little bit better by replacing the boost control solenoid with a valve that has a known frequency setting, and hopefully that solves our problem. If not, we just have very fine control settings. So we're gonna swap this out real quick. It's a pretty easy one. So there you go, new boost control solenoid installed. The last thing we gotta fix is that fuel leak. Not looking forward to that one, because I don't know where it's leaking from yet. I hope it's just a fitting. I could swap it out quick and be done with it. So we'll get underneath the car and check it out. And as you can see, it's leaking quite a bit of fuel. It looks like it's coming out of the hose ends, which means I'm gonna have to get underneath the car and replace the hose ends. I don't wanna take that whole hose out of the car. So I'm gonna try and do it by just replacing the hose ends and see where I end up. So get underneath there and start taking stuff apart. Car's a bit tilty, but it turns out that it was indeed the hose ends that were leaking. If you can see the damage done to this one. From when it was coming off the trailer, it caught the lip on the dovetail where the fuel filter is, and it just basically pulled the hose end out like apart. So had a couple other 8AN straight fittings laying around, luckily. So I replaced both the hose ends that are going into the fuel filter because it was leaking out of both sides. I think it just kind of pulled on it so hard that I do not like that trailer. But brand new hose ends on there. Let's fire this thing back up, see if it's still leaking. No more leak. Just like that, the Evo's got brand new thermostat, new coils, fixed all the issues, no more fuel leak. So now we're ready to get this thing out on the street, finish up the tuning so that we can finish up the Supra and go out and see which one of these is the dominant car in the garage. Definitely lots of good stuff coming up. Make sure you're subscribed. We just hit 1,000 subscribers, which is huge. So if you've made it this far into the video and you're one of those 1,000 subscribers, huge shout out. Thank you guys so much. And now we're on the road to 10,000. So let's go. Let's build these cars. Let's have some fun. Lots of good stuff coming up. See ya.